Hi, I'm Justin Timpane, and I am the writer and director and creator of the Ninjas vs. Zombies and Vampires movies.
My name is Tom Chalemi. I'm the publisher and writer of the Ninjas vs. Zombies comic book.
Being that I come from a background of being such a big fan of comics, I actually knew Tom because I bought my comic books at his store.
I've known about Ninjas vs. Zombies and the property, pretty much off the get-go.
In between zombies and vampires, Tom said I would like to make a comic, and I trusted his instincts.
I think that there was, a potential to tell a greater story than just a movie.
It didn't occur to me that it would work as well as it has, but it makes sense to me that it would, because everything that I love has been inspired by comics.
I wanted to tell the story of the movie, but I wanted to tell it through the perspective of the different characters. So in issue 1, we start with Kyle.
When Tom, came on board and started this process, I was overwhelmed with joy because that's about time. It's about time someone made a comic book.
When you see Kyle on the page, it is Daniel.
I get to, get in the characters' heads and tell you what they're thinking, and that creates some pretty fun dialogue, especially when I'm working with a character like Kyle.
There is a line where Kyle meets Dr. Wood, and after they have their whole exchange inside his house, which is extremely creepy, Kyle basically gets out of the house as quickly as he can. In the movie, he does a little Lost riff.
I got it. 4, 8, 15, 16, 23, 42. Creepy, creepy.
Your wife burned to death. And in the comic book, he says, yeah, I get it. Crispy bacon wife. Okay, bye. I really like that line, crispy bacon wife. It's so mean, it's so terrible, but we all love bacon.
That's something Kyle would say. Like I think that that's important.
It's more than just a different format.
As a comic fan, the worst thing to do is read a comic book of a movie you already saw.
You get scenes that weren't in the movie, you get scenes that were intended to be in the movie that we never shot, you get their internal monologue, what's going on up here.
I'm not limited by a budget. I'm only limited by the talent of my artists. And luckily I got a pair that are really know what they're doing.
My name is PJ McGaw, and I'm an actor and the main antagonist.
Totally evil.
I'm a comic book fan. I don't know if you can see, but I got my Green Lantern ring on.
I wanted the artist to basically be able to make the characters in the comics look like the people that they know from the movie series.
I am Daniel Mascarello. I am Fitz. Becoming a comic book character is, let's just say it's a dream come true. It's like they storyboarded the comic book and then made the movie based on the comic.
They've added their own personality in some of the fights, frame for frame. It almost looks like a storyboard come to life in a very vivid way. And they've even added, where they were faithful, they've added special touches, little bits of magic, little bits of extra martial arts flair, and the narration they overimpose with that, it adds more depth. It's very fascinating. These guys really watched the movie and really paid attention.
There's this one shot where Garth levels a huge uppercut to Kyle, and there's this one shot of Kyle with this giant splat of blood coming out, and we couldn't have that in the movie.
You can do anything. If you want to put a camera in the middle of somebody's head as it's being exploded, you can do it. If you want 1,000 zombies, you can do it. My hopes for this comic are that people get a sense of belonging within this world. And I want it to be a world that people can continue to go to on a regular basis.
I'll be adding new characters in the series, and I hope eventually some of them will make it onto film.
We're making the movies that people talk about. And the comic book is telling the whole story.
If you can think of things that would work well in the Ninjas versus universe, it's probably going to find its way in there.
I'm going to take them around the world.
It really is kind of a secret new look at the world that we've created.
We're talking about going as far back as 20 years before the movie.
These comic books will not only show you what you love with a new twist, but they'll give you something you didn't see coming and more.
If you want to have a piece of pop culture in your hands, there you go.
You're going to have enjoyment, you're going to have laughs, you're going to have some serious moments, and it's just going to be fun.
You will love Ninjas vs. Zombies the movie. You will love Ninjas vs. Zombies the comic book.